When I arrived at the palace, the guards tried to intimidate me with their sun-shaped halberds and glowing armor. But Queen Lyria? She greeted me with a bow.
A queen bowed to me.
Human engineer, she said, her voice melodic yet tired. We owe you a debt before you even begin your work. I didn't understand what she meant until later. For days, I worked beneath the palace in the crystalline caverns. The massive energy core pulsed like a beating heart, but its rhythm was failing. Quantum fractures splintered its surface, dripping shimmering particles that floated upward like reverse snow. The queen visited every day. She always brought food. Sometimes questions. Sometimes silence. And sometimes she just watched me. Her gaze wasn't cold like the other nobles' stares. Hers was warm, curious. And increasingly, I noticed something strange. The energy core reacted whenever she came close. Its glow softened, stabilized, as if recognizing her. One day, I asked about it. She hesitated, as though the truth were dangerous. The core is bound to my bloodline, she finally said. It responds to us. Then you should be resting, I warned. This level of quantum feedback can affect your physical state. She laughed weakly. It already has. I didn't yet understand what she meant. But she looked paler every day, her breath shorter, her steps slower. The palace physicians blamed stress. But I knew better. Something was draining her. Something connected to the core. Something I could fix if I was quick enough. The collapse. On the 12th day, everything fell apart. The energy core ruptured, just slightly, but enough to blast a shockwave through the caverns. I was thrown against a crystal pillar. The queen wasn't supposed to be there that day, but she rushed in when she heard the alarms. And she took the worst of the blast. I crawled toward her as she lay crumpled, her crown shattered beside her, her breath shallow. Glowing veins of crystalline energy, unstable, chaotic, ran across her skin. She was dying. No, I whispered, lifting her gently. Stay with me. Her eyes fluttered open. I knew it would choose you, she murmured.
What?
What chose me? You'll see soon. She lost consciousness in my arms. The palace guards found us moments later. The physician stabilized her, but barely. She drifted in and out of awareness for days, sometimes whispering my name even when she didn't know anyone else was there. The nobles started whispering too. Why is the queen asking for the human? He has no right to be near her. He is no royal consort. I ignored them, because she needed me more than any of them understood. And because something impossible was happening. The discovery. 3 days after the collapse, I returned to the core chamber, determined to understand what nearly killed her. But instead, the core greeted me with a glow brighter than ever. The fractures were closing, the rhythm stabilizing. Because of me. I stood there, stunned. I was no Etherian royal. I had no connection to their energy. Yet the core resonated with my presence. Then I saw something I couldn't explain, a pulse of light matching my heartbeat. And, unmistakably, another pulse intertwined with it. 2 rhythms. One was mine. The other was faint, new, fragile. I didn't know whether to believe what I was seeing. Not until I consulted the palace archives and discovered the truth. Etherian queens held a unique biological and quantum bond with the core. That bond ensured harmony between ruler and planet. But every few generations, during periods of collapse, the core sought 2 anchors. 2 lives. 2 heartbeats. One to stabilize the present. Another to secure the future. A future heir. But that heir could only form if the queen's energy synchronized with another heartbeat. Someone compatible. Someone the core recognized. Someone chosen. And the core had chosen me. That faint second rhythm pulsing inside the core wasn't just an echo. It was alive. A developing echo-life signature. A nascent energy being intertwined with organic matter. Not fully Etherian. Not fully human. Our child. My hands shook as the truth settled over me. Queen Lyria was pregnant. With a hybrid child the core itself had created, using her bond and my resonance during the collapse. And she didn't even know yet. The confrontation. The queen called for me the moment she regained full consciousness. I entered her chamber, my mind a storm. She was sitting upright, looking healthier than before, but still fragile. When our eyes met, her expression shifted. "Why are you looking at me like that?" she asked softly. I didn't mean to stare. But how could I not? Etherian medical scans floated around her, glowing softly, revealing faint star-like radiance within her torso, right where a heartbeat would be. My heartbeat. Her heartbeat. And our child's growing light. I swallowed. "Your Majesty, there's something I have to tell you." She tilted her head. "You're trembling. I know why the core reacted to us, why it nearly killed you, and why it's stable now." Her brows drew in. "Tell me." I took a breath that seemed to pull the entire universe into my lungs. "You're carrying my child." The room turned impossibly silent. Her lips parted, but no sound came. She looked down at her hands, at the faint glow pulsing beneath her skin. "That's impossible," she whispered. "No Etherian pregnancy forms without intention, without ceremony, without alignment." "It wasn't ceremonial," I said. "It was the collapse. The core chose us. It fused your energy with mine to create a new life, an anchor, a future stabilizer for Etheria." She stared at me for a long time. Then her breath hitched. "A child with you?" "Yes." Her eyes shimmered, not with fear, but with something deeper, something like wonder, and something like hope she'd been terrified to feel. "I felt something inside me," she whispered. "A new warmth. A presence. I thought I was imagining it." "It's real," I said. The faintest smile tugged her lips. "And you look at me as if you already accepted this fate." "It's not fate," I said. "It's a choice. And I choose to protect you. And our child." Her eyes widened, then softened. "You speak as if you're prepared to stand beside me for the rest of your life." "I am." Silence again, but different this time. Charged.
Warm. Alive.
She reached out, placing her glowing hand atop mine. "Then, human engineer, you are no longer just a visitor on my world." She took a breath. "You are the father of my heir." Middle. Ending transition rumors spread faster than starfire across the Dominion. The queen is bonded to the Earthling. He carries royal resonance. The core has chosen a human. Some nobles were furious. Some terrified. Some ecstatic. But one thing became clear. The planet itself had accepted me. The energy core stabilized fully whenever I was near, and the pulses within it mirrored the tiny growing rhythm inside the queen. She grew stronger every day, healthier, more radiant, as if the child itself nourished her. But danger still lurked. A faction of nobles, called the Purity Council, believed a hybrid heir would corrupt their lineage. They plotted to end the pregnancy. And me. Ending the night of the convergence ceremony, the ritual where the queen publicly reaffirmed her bond with the energy core, the attack came. The Purity Council infiltrated the crystalline caverns. They aimed energy disruptors at the core, prepared to destabilize it beyond repair. If they succeeded, both Lyria and the unborn child would die instantly. I arrived seconds before the strike. "Step away," their leader hissed. "A hybrid child will doom Etheria. It will save Etheria," I shot back. "The core chose us. You can't fight your own planet." They fired anyway. I threw myself in front of the blast, ready to die if it meant protecting her.
But the core reacted faster.
A shock wave of protective energy erupted, shielding me, repelling the attackers, sealing the caverns with crystalline barriers. The queen arrived moments later, breathless, glowing with power unlike anything I'd seen. The child's energy pulsed within her, a second heartbeat strong enough to radiate. "You tried to harm my family," she said, her voice thunderous. The attackers collapsed to their knees. And in that moment, I realized something profound. The queen wasn't weak. She wasn't fragile. She was becoming stronger because of the child. Because of us. She approached me, lifting me from the ground. "You risked your life for ours," she whispered. "I always will." Her glow softened. "Then hear me now, human engineer. Before the core, before the stars, before our future child," she placed her glowing hand over her heart. "I claim you as my partner, my equal, my chosen." I felt the core resonate with her words. Light wrapped around us, gentle, warm, approving. "And I accept," I whispered. A smile blossomed on her lips, bright as dawn. With the core stabilized, the Purity Council defeated, and the entire Dominion witnessing the bond between their queen and the father of her heir, a new era dawned. An era where Etheria and Earth stood united, where two heartbeats, one Etherian, one human, would grow into a bridge between worlds. And as the queen leaned into me, whispering, "Our child will be extraordinary," I finally understood. It wasn't just a story about saving a planet. It was a story about saving each other.